Well, that should be everything. Yep, just all together, put it into my bag. Quick dash with everything. It's like, oh, you guys. You know, I hope you people are happy now. The amount of times you've requested for me to do this movie, you know, it kind of got somebody's attention, and now they kind of are going to start pissing me off and trolling me, so I've decided to pack everything up and basically just run like hell. So, that's what I'm going to do. But, all you people have requested it, so I might as well just bloody do it. Hopefully it means you'll start leaving me alone, but I doubt that. But let's give the people what they want. I mean, my God, how the hell could you make such a movie that disrespects its source material that bad? Yes, well, this is just as bad as those. Now, before you people say Toho, the people who own the Godzilla license, renamed the monster in this Godzilla film to Zilla, and that no longer makes this movie that bad because it's no longer a Godzilla film, it's a Zilla film. Well, no, not today. This movie is going to be reviewed the way it was marketed and presented as, a Godzilla film. 100% legit Godzilla film. And boy, does that make this movie a full-blown piece of crap. So, with all that said and done, let's review the movie you've all asked me to review, the one movie I said I would never review. Godzilla 1998. Just fuck you. So our opening credits show a nuclear test next to some lizards. And stop right there, the opening credits have already got something wrong. You see, Godzilla is not, as many say he is, a mutated lizard. He's in fact a dinosaur awakened and mutated by the nuclear tests. Now yes, you can say the dinosaur is a lizard, so technically they are correct. But there is a difference between a T-Rex and an iguana. And it is clearly an iguana that is shown in the opening credits that is affected by the nuclear test. Who knew it would only take the opening credits of a movie to shit on your source material? So our movie starts, and I'm not gonna lie, like a Godzilla movie should start. With Godzilla doing what he does best, attacking the Japanese. But for some reason, the movie just jump cuts from Godzilla attacking the Japanese to Matthew Broderick. Sorry, no refunds. Anyway, he's in Chernobyl. Apparently you can just go there now, fishing for some worms. When a helicopter comes down, and these guys say that they need his help. Anyway, we then cut somewhere else. Get used to it, our movie seems to jump cut around a lot at the first half. Where some French dude asks the survivor of the wrecked ship what he saw.
What did you see, old man?
Godzilla. Godzilla. Godzilla.
You know, I have to admit, the build-up towards the reveal of Godzilla is done pretty well. It makes you think that something really big and destructive is coming your way. Prepare to be disappointed. Anyway, Broderick, and I'm not saying his character name because it's just a stupid running joke, because the military want him to study something.
Get these people off of the pier!
Excuse me, sir, do you mind telling me what I'm doing
What's
here?
your step? Don't talk to anybody. Come on, get them off the damn pier!
We're Americans! We have the right to elbow our way to any damn place we damn choose, because we're Americans! Anyway, Broderick gets a new sample to study, which is pretty damn big. But our movie knows we don't want to see someone studying Godzilla. No, we want to see some blonde woman try and get a promotion at a news station.
He's gonna consider me for the job? What else did he say?
Well, why don't we talk about it over dinner tonight? Your place.
Mr. Kamen, you're married.
Yes, and you're very beautiful. Have I ever told you that before?
Mr. Kamen?
And you're a sexist, cheating asshole. Have I ever told you that? I do hope Godzilla eats you. Anyway, Broderick and the rest of the team are taken to some wrecked ship, where they also come across the French guy from earlier, who is claiming to be an insurance guy. And of course that's true. Anyway, Broderick finds some samples on the boat that he tests on a plane on the way to New York, because it looks like Godzilla's heading that way because some trawlers were taken down close to New York. Anyway, we cut back to that blonde woman from earlier, because she was an extra project while over at college. And also so we can have some comedy in a Godzilla film. As you can tell from my New York accent that I am from New York. It's just as good as the accent that Alex is doing for this joke. I sure hope Godzilla doesn't interrupt me eating my sandwich. But anyway, over at some fish market, Godzilla finally hits land, and presumably kills this old man in the process. So Godzilla starts running amok around the city. On his way, he runs into a parody of Siskel and Ebert as mayor of New York and his assistant. Nice to know that Emmerich isn't petty about critics who don't like his movies. So Godzilla runs around the city, not really causing any destruction, it's just kind of like he's going on a wander. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm in New York. Oh, there's so much to see and do. I've always wanted to see a play at Broadway. I'm going to enjoy it here. So Godzilla continues to run around the city and then he just disappears. Wait, what? How can a giant monster hide in a city full of 3 million people? That's just so stupid. You just said it's a city full of 3 million people. 3 million sets of eyes. And yes, they do say they're going to evacuate the city, but you can't just evacuate a city full of 3 million people in the space of 2 hours. And also, the city wasn't evacuated when Godzilla first hit land. So how the hell did you lose him? And also, I'm not entirely sure how many CCTV cameras Manhattan has, but I'm pretty sure there's enough that you'll be able to track Godzilla's movements. Anyway, we cut back to that stupid blonde who is having a fairy tale romance with Broderick.
But in addition, city, military, and health officials are setting up a command post on the Jersey Shore in anticipation of an evacuation.
My bag.
Oh, isn't that just the happiest, just fairy tale whimsical music to be playing during a Godzilla movie? So we get more parody of Siskel and Ebert. Keep in mind that this movie came out the same year Siskel died, so bad timing. Anyway, they run into the French guy from earlier who puts a bug on the mayor so that they can listen in to the military meeting. But not before we get some product placement. Nice to know that Yum Yum Donut stays open after the order was given for a citywide evacuation.
You got this coffee?
I call this America.
Did I mention he's French? Anyway, Broderick and the military think instead of trying to find Godzilla, they should draw him out. How? By creating a massive pile of fish. Wow, look at all the military they're bringing out to deal with him. But as we know, the military does jack shit against Godzilla.
That's a lot of fish.
No comment. I mean, I bet if I made any kind of joke related to that, all you people would say is I'm copying the Nostalgia Critic. I bet all you Nostalgia Critic fans have already done that in the comments already. So the plan works and Godzilla comes out, and this is where we get our first look at this movie's Godzilla. Yes, that is Godzilla. It's kind of fascinating how far they went from the original design. They pretty much changed everything. Now, to be fair, I'm not one of those people that goes, it's different from the source material, that means it's stupid and I hate it and I'm going to hate everything about it. Unless you're changing the fundamental principle of a TV show and turning it into a stupid comedy. But I will admit that this design is actually not a bad creature design. It's just a terrible Godzilla design. Really, the problem is how far they went from the original design. Now, just because you're taking a different approach on an established franchise and a well-known character, you can change things here and there, but there are fundamental things about that character and the original design that you cannot change. And also, it's not helped by the fact that the CGI for Godzilla is horrible. And I'm not just saying that by today's standards, even by 1998, that this was just bad, poorly rendered CGI. Godzilla looks like he's made out of plastic. Oh, Project, you'll be fine. Godzilla's site's based on acting talent. See, told you you'll be fine. So the military start to open fire on Godzilla. And yes, this is where we get to show how strong Godzilla is. And that he is stronger than any weapon you may have. Or he's running away from the military. Godzilla is running away from the military. Hold up. Did that fire just make a big cat roar? Who the hell thought that Godzilla's breathing fire? I know the perfect sound for this. Perfect! My vision is coming true! So Godzilla doesn't really destroy the city, more like bump into things. Actually, the movie even points out that the military does more damage than Godzilla does.
You've caused more damage than that goddamn thing did!
And hell, Godzilla even manages to pull one over the military twice. Because as you know, he's smarter than the average monster. So Godzilla manages to escape the military and goes back into hiding. Yes, I'm serious. But hey, Broderick knows the right thing to say.
We did nothing to him.
Oh, that's not true. We fed him.
Oh, aren't you just hilarious? It's not like dozens of military men just lost their lives, you jackass. So anyway, Broderick and Blondie meet up and start to reminisce about old times.
You're still mad at me?
Well, you left without a phone call, a letter, nothing. All this time, yeah.
Isn't it nice that this movie has romantic dialogue just as bad as a Twilight movie to fill in the giant radioactive fire-breathing dinosaur gap? It's nice to see that this movie has priorities. So anyway, Broderick takes Blondie to the military base where they make a discovery that Godzilla is pregnant. So Broderick goes off to tell the others his discovery, but Blondie steals one of the top secret military tapes to show to the media. Manipulating the ones who care about you to further your own goals. You are the worst form of scum. So Broderick tells the military that Godzilla is pregnant. And the DNA test shows that Godzilla... Well. He is the father!
The blood that I collected revealed that the creature is either about to lay eggs or already has.
Are you trying to tell us that there's another one of those things out there?
No, Governor, I don't believe so. No, it reproduces asexually. That's why we have to find the nest as soon as possible. Otherwise, up to a dozen are gonna be born, each one capable of laying eggs.
And it could result in an animated spin-off show that turns out to be better than this movie ever was. Seriously, that show wasn't that bad. But then Broderick is kicked off the team because he leaked the info to the news about Godzilla. Broderick tries to explain that it wasn't him, but the military will have none of it. And to be fair, Broderick, you did bring in someone from the press who of course is going to find something to steal so they can make a news story about it. Idiot. So Blonde Bimbo tries to say sorry for what she did to Broderick, but he doesn't want to know and heads off to the airport. However, the French guy from earlier kinda sorta kidnaps him and wants him to help with the French Secret Service because apparently they're the ones who created Godzilla. Because as we know, America can never be blamed for anything. They always have to be the good guys. Anyway, they go off to look for the nest that Godzilla laid his eggs in. But while that's going on, the military try the same plan again to stop Godzilla. But this time Godzilla has learned and he doesn't take the bait and starts to leave. The military then open fire. But of course, Godzilla's not going to stand for any of this bullshit. He's just not going to run away again. He's going to actually stand his ground and kick the military's ass. He's running away again. Oh wait, of course, I forgot. This is the American military. You see, when the Japanese have to deal with Godzilla, all they have is like model tanks and model aeroplanes. This is the American military. They're the ones who have the weapons that can take down Godzilla, not any other army, because the American army is the best. America! Anyway, Godzilla jumps into the Hudson River where the submarines appear to be waiting for him. And actually look like they've killed him, but as we'll see later, that's not true. Anyway, Broderick and the French have found the egg nest. But faster than you could say giant lizard omelette, shut up, it's a saying. The eggs start to hatch. But because there's so much fish around them, you know, a lot of fish, the baby Godzillas start to think that Broderick and the others are food and start to attack them. So as the baby Godzillas run around killing off the French, it's kind of a cross between Jurassic Park and Aliens and how they managed to sneak up on some of them. But it's not as bad as the ripping off of Jurassic Park. I mean, it's so obvious I'm surprised Spielberg isn't suing them. To ramp up the ridiculousness, Broderick manages to escape the baby Godzillas by tripping them over with gumballs, you know, like in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Broderick then escapes in one of the lifts, and that's where we get the one funny moment in this film.
Wrong floor.
It's worth a chuckle at least. But then Broderick and the French guy run into Blondie and her cameraman. And they have to get the news out of where the nest is. But you know, they don't just point a camera at the nest and say, hey, the monsters are here, blow it up. No, they have to do a full-blown news broadcast with cheesy as hell dialogue while in the middle of running for their lives from baby Godzillas.
Tell us what's happening here.
That's you. Yes, go.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, we've discovered over 200 eggs, so began hatching. The creatures, though just hatched, are over 9 feet tall. And very soon, a new species will emerge. One that could replace us as the dominant species of this planet. Each one of these amazing reptiles are born pregnant. Adaptive and cunning, these 200...
Oh my God, you really think getting your big breaking news is more important than not getting eaten? You people are morons! You honestly are conducting a live interview while surrounded by baby giant lizards. Get your priorities straight!
I think we can contain them for long. They're very strong, they're agile, and they're looking for food.
And let me just say, that was a lot of fish. So anyway, the Broderick team get the hell out of the building just as the military come to blow it up, killing all the little baby Godzillas inside. Godzilla comes back and seeing all his dead babies gets pissed off and starts chasing Broderick around the city in a New York taxi cab. Godzilla also breathes more fire that gives off a cat roar. So anyway, they go across the Brooklyn Bridge where Godzilla gets tangled up and the military manage to kill Godzilla with fucking missiles. Okay. Missiles. Let me show you how much of an insult that is to the original Godzilla. I'm going to show you now a quick little montage of all the times the Japanese Godzilla has been hit by missiles. And a few of those missiles were like specially designed missiles to deal with Godzilla. And I mean, one of them even has a drill attached to it. It's supposed to drill into Godzilla and just blow him up from the inside. So let's take a look, shall we? You see, not even a scratch, not even a slight cut or dent. That's how far away you have gotten from the original source material. You, Roland Emmerich, decided to make a movie just to show off how great the American military is by taking a gigantic crap on the original 1954 masterpiece and the subsequent films before it, just so you could make your America Yeah movie. It's not like there's enough of those movies out there. No. But you have to just shit on an original source material from Japan just because you wanted to. This is just such an insult to the original source material. It's like making a Mothra movie, but Mothra is not a bug, it's a fish. I am so glad Toho bought the rights to this Godzilla and renamed it Godzilla and renamed it to Zilla, because this is not Godzilla. This is just a CGI pile of crap. Whew. Okay, I'm wrapping this up. So we get our standard, was Godzilla the monster or are we the monsters all along scene, but it's then just pushed aside for another Go America is awesome thing. Blondie quits her job at the news and hooks up with Broderick, but they're both idiots, so they're made for each other, and the French guy just leaves. We then get our cliffhanger to the sequel film that was never made, but made a pretty good animated spin-off. The end. And that was the 1998 Godzilla film. Fuck that shit, I hate it so much! This for me is one of, if not maybe, the worst remake to a true classic probably ever been put to screen. The changes they made to Godzilla is just a gigantic shit on the original source material. It was so hated in Japan that one of the original actors who played Godzilla walked out of the screening of this movie shouting, "That's not Godzilla." And I completely understand why. On top of that, the CGI is so poorly rendered. That Godzilla just looks so rubbery and so fake. And to be fair, some of the practical effects are pretty good, but all it does is make the CGI look even worse. Also, the dialogue is second rate, and so is the acting, and it never stops raining. And it all comes together to make a huge mess of what could have been a great film. And thank God Legendary seems to be making the right decisions for this new Godzilla film. But I'll say this. If you have screwed it up the second time, it's very unlikely that Japan will give you the third chance to make a Godzilla film.